I watched A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks and directed by Mariel Heller. It is a biographical drama film. I had watched Mariel Heller's Can You Ever Forgive Me? She also played the part of Alma in Queen's Gambit. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood tells the story of Fred Rogers, famously known as Mr. Rogers. He created and hosted a famous children's show in USA called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. This show was on air for 33 years. The show talked to kids about different topics. It even discussed difficult topics like death, divorce, and war. And the biggest star of the show was Mr. Rogers himself. He genuinely loved what he was doing. He really cared and believed that kids need to know that they are loved just the way they are. I even saw a documentary on him, Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's such a delight to watch Fred Rogers speak. After watching it, I'm really happy that such a person existed. And Tom Hanks portrays him beautifully. The film is really well made and it is such a joy to watch this film. In one of her interviews, Mariel Heller talks how tricky it is to make films about real people, how it is a balancing act. You need to stay true to your narrative, also be realistic and make a compelling movie. And I feel A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood checks all those boxes. Then I watched a Tamil movie, Kedi. An old man wakes up from coma to overhear his family planning to kill him. It had an interesting premise, but I could have read the plot of the movie from Wikipedia. Watching the movie did not have any extra effect on me. Then I watched Noah Baumbach's Squid and the Whale. I loved Marriage Story and Frances Ha. And I had Squid and the Whale on my watch list for a long time. Squid and the Whale had lots of similarities in style and subject with his later movies. It tells the story of a couple's separation, mainly focusing on the effect it has on their children. The film is very honest and I like his matter-of-fact style of storytelling. Then I watched the romantic comedy series Modern Love, apparently based on the weekly column published by the New York Times. I did not binge watch it, but whenever I felt watching something which is not serious or did not demand more attention, I watched Modern Love. It is sweet and well made. Each episode tells a different story. It explores a wide range of ideas. I also watched Jon and Jane. It's an observational documentary that follows the lives of 6 call center employees in Mumbai who speak to American customers. The film beautifully portrays the stark differences in culture and lifestyle in their own life and the lives of people they interact through phones. We also see how these employees are trained to speak like Americans, study their culture and values. The documentary felt intimate. It was as if I was watching their lives secretly through camera. Then I watched Palm Springs. It's a fun, feel-good movie. It is similar to Groundhog Day, but this film adds new layers to the story. Performances of Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti makes this movie more fun to watch. I also watched Pieces of a Woman. It is a brilliant and devastating movie. I insist that you don't watch the trailer of this film, and Vanessa Kirby is just amazing in this. Then I continued watching Midnight Diner. It's really sweet and it had a calming effect on me. Every episode opens with shots of busy Japanese city at night, illuminated with lights of all kinds, and the chef quietly opens his late night diner. After a busy day at work, before going to home, people stop by his diner. In each episode, we are introduced to new customers and we come to know more about their lives. At the end, they even tell the recipe of the dishes that featured in that episode. Then I watched a documentary called Searching for Sugar Man. There was a musician whose songs were really famous in South Africa for some reason. He apparently sold more records than Elvis Presley, but nothing was known about his life. There were tales that he burned himself on stage while performing live, but it was all rumors. So a group of fans set out on this journey to find more about this musician, and the events that unfold next could have been straight out of a movie. It was such a heartwarming documentary. Then I watched Another Round. This was so fun to watch. A bunch of teachers in school try out an experiment where they drink alcohol in limited amounts during daytime to see how it affects their life and work. It's really well made and Mads Mikkelsen is amazing. I never knew he danced so well. Then I watched Sound of Metal. I had heard a lot about the movie, so I knew what to expect. The first half didn't impress me much, but the second half was really good. I loved Riz Ahmed's performance and I was able to empathize with all the things that the character was going through. Then I watched Derry Girls. It's freaking hilarious. I love the humor and it has so many lovable characters. It was a short series and I was able to finish it in 2 days. Hope the next season comes out soon. I miss the characters already. Then I watched Swallow. It was a fresh story, but it was difficult to watch certain scenes. I have never watched anything like this on screen. But will I remember this movie for a long time? No, I won't. Then I watched Soul. This was a typical Pixar movie. I loved the animation and the way they have approached the idea, but somehow I did not love it so much, and I'm not able to figure out why. Maybe it was too didactic for my taste. Maybe it was less abstract and failed to make me a participant in its exploration of the topic. I felt like a distant observer most of the time. I don't know. Then I watched Kajillionaire. This movie is brilliant. There were many scenes in this film which really moved me and made me wonder about things. This film is weird, fun, devastating, and warm. It's really well made. I love watching movies like this. Please check it out if you get a chance. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you love these videos, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications. See you all in the next one.